CCI quiet. How does the velocity and point of impact change over distance? We're back out at the beautiful Banner shooting range, and today we're doing another video with a fun 22 firearm. Today we're going to take a look at CCI quiet. This has a 40 grain lead round nose projectile, advertised velocity 710 feet per second. Conveniently, I forgot my suppressor and my magazine actually, but we'll make do. So without the suppressor, we'll be able to tell at least a little more if there's less movie magic in terms of how quiet this ammo is without the suppressor. Is it really quiet, or is it just as loud as, say, Mini Mag Varmint? Another ammo we'll be comparing in this ammo. We're going to look at a couple different things. First, we're going to do something like 10 shots at 25 yards. We'll see how it patterns at 25 yards. And then we'll push our target back to 50 yards. Same size target. And we're going to look at, we'll turn on Doppler 1, and we're going to get muzzle velocity and hopefully velocity at 10 feet, 15 feet, 25 feet, 50 feet, 75 feet, and 100 feet to see how the velocity changes over distance and what, if any, bullet drop there is for this ammo between 25 and 50 yards. We'll do that same thing as a baseline, shall we say, with the Mini Mag Varmint that we shoot quite frequently on the channel. Because I'll be single loading this ammo, I'll be using some movie magic to cut out a lot of the loading in this video. So if you notice cuts, more cuts than usual, that's what you're seeing, unfortunately. So anyway, here we go. Starting with CCI quiet, I will do these at the top left hand of that 4 circle target. At 25 yards, it might be 3 or 4 inches low of the aim point. Okay, let's zoom in just a hair a little bit, well, so I can see the impact a little better. It's not suppressor quiet, but so far I would say out of this 4.55 rifle, it is at least quieter than I expected. Right. That's 10. It looks like our group might be, and I'll walk down, I'll get a picture when the range goes cold, maybe in the $50 size range, between and 2 and 4 inches low of the point of aim. We're going to switch to CCI Mini Mag Varmint. This has the 36 grain copper plated hollow point, advertised velocity on the box, 1,260 feet per second. I will be aiming at the top right hand bullseye of that target. Maybe a little louder than the quiet, which would be kind of expected. Point of impact appears to be almost spot on with point of aim. It might be a smidge to the right, which could have been when I zeroed this rifle last. Today there's no wind. Usually we have wind. This would be a good day to tinker with my adjustments, though we're going to leave everything as is. So it'll make it easier to gauge any changes between 25 and 50 yards. That's 10. Looks like we could have, with the Mini Mag Varmint, a little tighter group than with our CCI Quiet. And point of impact, maybe a 1/4 inch to the right of point of aim, though pretty darn close. All right, we're set up now with our same size target at 50 yards. And we have Doppler 1 going. So as I said, we're going to try to get measurements, muzzle velocity, 10, 15, 25, 50, 75, and 100 feet out. I'm not going to call out the muzzle velocity on each shot because we're looking at the effect as distance goes by, but we'll probably talk about that in the conclusion. Let's start with that CCI Quiet. Again, advertised velocity, 710 feet per second. We'll see how we do. Out of our 4.55 rifle here today, I'm going to aim at the same top left corner target of our target. Here we go. Looks like we got measurements across all distances so far. Now I can't see where the impacts are hitting, if they're even hitting on the target. We'll have to cross our fingers. Post in the comments how far of a drop, if any, you think we're going to see on these 10 shots compared to our previous group. We got 5 on the Doppler so far. I can see some of the impacts on the target, though I'm not going to spoiler it and tell you where they are. Though you might get lucky and be able to see them on target cam. We've got 9. Here's our 10th shot. We have 10 on the Doppler. Let me start a new shot sample. And we will then repeat with the Mini Mag Varmint. Same as our first test at 25 yards. These will all be at the top right-hand target. Now, on these ones, we won't do a guess on what you think the bullet drop, if any, will be, because I would expect there to be no bullet drop going from 25 to 50 yards. Here we go. Okay, first shot registered, which was good.
Oh my goodness gracious!
Okay, we got 5 on the Doppler so far. We're going to have to throw that one out. I doubt we had 3561. We'll do it. We'll do an 11th shot and we'll throw that one out. Okay, that's better. There must have been a bee or something zigging by it right at the same time. Pulled that one, but it's on the Doppler. Okay, so I would say, as expected, no change in terms of the height of the group from our mini mag varmint. Maybe a little further to the right than before, which what I'm going to do, I'll just make a slight adjustment now that I'm done shooting for the day, and we'll see how it does the next time I shoot this 4.55 rifle. I'm going to go ahead and delete that second to last shot. We're going to crunch the numbers, and I'll see you in just a minute in the conclusion. Starting with the targets from our CCI quiet, at 25 yards against our point of aim, we saw a 1.5 inch drop from the point of aim, and the spread of the group is approximately 1.5 inches. Pushing that target out to 50 yards, and our point of impact dropped 5.5 inches from our point of aim, and the group widened out slightly to a 2-inch spread of the group. Our CCI mini mag at 25 yards, the point of aim and point of impact were pretty much spot on, with a 1/2 inch spread on that group. Our target at 50 yards, we again saw no drop from our point of aim to our point of impact, though I needed to adjust my scope a little to bring our group to the left. Our group spread out a little to a 2-inch size of the group spread. Crunching the numbers, we can see that our muzzle velocity and velocity over distance for these two ammos was quite a bit different, as expected. At the muzzle, the CCI quiet was 728 feet per second on average for 47.1 foot-pounds of energy. At 50 feet, that dropped slightly to 714 feet per second on average for 45.3 foot-pounds of energy. And at 100 feet, another slight drop down to 700 feet per second on average for 43.5 foot-pounds of energy. For our CCI Mini Mag varmint, of course, we had the higher velocity at the muzzle of 1,273 feet per second on average for 129.5 foot-pounds of energy. We see a much bigger drop compared to the CCI quiet at 50 feet, a loss of 67 feet per second down to 1,206 feet per second on average for 116.2 foot-pounds of energy. And going to 100 feet, another drop that's much larger than our CCI quiet comparatively, of 63 feet down to 1,143 feet per second for 104.4 foot-pounds of energy. At first glance, these numbers are a little surprising, though if you sit and think about it, I think they're actually not as surprising as they are initially. The slower, heavier bullet does not have as much drag on it as the faster, lighter bullet, and as a result, we see less velocity loss over distance compared to our CCI Mini Mag varmint for that CCI quiet. Though, because we are going at such low velocities initially and dropping off, we do see quite a bit more drop on the point of impact versus the point of aim, so we get much better accuracy, at least out to 50 yards, for our CCI Mini Mag compared to the CCI quiet. Now, another notable takeaway from today's video is the CCI Quiet 22, it is quieter than the CCI Mini Mag. I would say noticeably quieter. It's certainly not suppressor quiet, though when shot using a suppressor, it's going to be even quieter than our Mini Mag is, which makes sense with the Mini Mag being just over the threshold for being supersonic. Well, anyway, that seems like the perfect spot to end today's video. If you enjoyed today's video, like the video, share it with your friends and family. Those things are free, and they really help the channel greatly. If you didn't enjoy the video, well, like it anyway. No one's going to know that you liked it, and it helps us greatly. Fred and I really appreciate you getting this far. Thanks for watching, and as always, have a good day. got it most of the way.